Cosplayland, I am Alice and today I'm just going to be making a list of all the cosplays I made in 2023 and I'm going to be rating them from the very best I've ever done to this is garbage, I don't know why I made it, never again. So, I am just going to start with the first cosplay I finished this year and that is Shizuku from my Dress Up Darling. And Shizuku I started probably November or December the year before, and it took quite a while because I decided to make all the structure underneath, and I made the hoop skirts and the bloomers and the whole dress. And to be honest, Shizuku wasn't even my favorite character in the series, but I just wanted to make the petticoat. It's between absolutely awesome because I really like it and so incredible I can't believe it's true because I absolutely adore the petticoat I made, the hoop skirt. It's a hoop skirt because it has all the layers of it. And if you've seen the making of this, the hoop skirt was an absolute nightmare because I had to remake it 3 times until I got the right materials to make it. So yeah, it's between A and S. The next big project that I started in around February was a very big project that I've been wanting to do for a long time because I love kimonos and I literally spent about 3 months just making patterns that would fit not only the outer layer of the kimono but all the underwear, the obi, the juban, everything and all the pieces on a kimono, on a real kimono, to just make my own version of Nezuko from Demon Slayer. And while I was researching, what I decided to make for my mock-up was to create a mock-up that would also be a yukata, and it was just kind of like, this cosplay was kind of like an accident, but not. It was basically a way of using material that was going to be binned if I did nothing else with it. So it was an experiment to make something and just make sure those patterns, even if they were not perfect, I would be able to wear them. And that's how I created my yukata version of Nezuko, which was my second cosplay for the year. And this cosplay was never meant to be anything, just basically just something just to demonstrate that you don't need to spend a lot of money to make a cool cosplay. And honestly, I think this is more of it does the job cosplay. Of course, after the trial and error and after making the yukata, it's all painted by hand, by the way, both the yukata and the next cosplay. My next cosplay was Nezuko, but it wasn't Nezuko as you kind of know her from seeing lots of cheap cosplays at events. It was a historically accurate Nezuko, wearing all the garments and all the underwear and all the parts that you would wear on a real kimono. And although I made the version with her hair down and everything, for me the version I liked the most was the one in which she was even wearing the proper traditional hairstyle for that time. It's also very comfortable to wear, so it's like, honestly, I just can't believe I managed to pull this off. But yeah, it took me 3 months to finish this, and this doesn't include the research time because before this I had already researched kimonos for so long. It's been, yeah, just this is like the peak for me. Like, she's probably one of the best things I did this year. The next cosplay I made this year was Wednesday Addams, and I think I did it about probably March or April. Probably I took pictures about April. I also wore this cosplay to the Liverpool convention. One of the booths that was like her room in the TV series, which wasn't expected. I didn't even know that was there, and it was just a coincidence. I was wearing that cosplay and it was great to just take a couple of photos and videos in there. And yeah, again, this cosplay was all about the ruffles, and there is like a love-hate relationship with this cosplay. I wasn't completely happy with it. It's very itchy. It's because I use very cheap organza. It's totally my vibe, so it's up there, but just a little bit uncomfortable to wear, and that's why I'm not giving it 4 marks. It's something that if I ever have the chance to remake, I will not make it because there were so many ruffles. So many ruffles. But yeah, it's still super awesome, so it's gonna be up there. So it's just like bordering perfect, but not quite. So yeah, it's an A for me. Wednesday is an A for me. The next cosplay I made was Kami from Street Fighter. Street Fighter had just gone out, and I've always liked the Street Fighter characters, and I used to play, to be honest, I used to play on my computer because I wasn't even allowed consoles when I was a kid, nor a teenager, nor ever at home. It was supposed to be like just a simple, easy project and easy cosplay, and it ended up being like one of my favorite this year's. I think that this is gonna be a B because it's not perfect, but there are barely any mistakes on it. I really like it, and I really like how it turned out. It was a lot of fun wearing them, even if I was attacked by bees while wearing it. So yeah, Kami is going to be a B on my list. While I was spending some time at the beach, which was around June, the end of June, beginning of July, I decided to make an Asuka cosplay, but just the summer version with her yellow dress. I actually wanted to make something easy. This cosplay has been on my list for a long time, and at the time my mind was not in the right place, because if you follow me you would know that I had issues with my cosplay planner being removed from my shop, and the cosplay planner was one of my best sellers ever, and they literally just took it down for reasons, and I was feeling quite down. I didn't really feel like doing anything in particular at this time, so I just wanted to just rest a little bit and just make something easy. So that's why I decided to make Asuka, and this one I started in June, but I didn't finish it till I got to my home in Spain, and it was a very challenging thing to do because I didn't have my studio, I didn't have all the resources that I usually have around here. It was just me, a bunch of fabric, and a very old sewing machine. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put Asuka on a C. It could be better, and maybe sometime I decide to wear it again. The next cosplay in my list is Kitana, and Kitana is one of my favorite characters from Mortal Kombat. This technically happened before Asuka, and basically this cosplay was just insane. Both the cosplays, the cosplay is insane. The time I spent on this cosplay, it's like, how did I make this cosplay in 2 weeks? Like, what was I thinking? Like, I had to take pictures outside in the garden the day before I was going to Spain. So they are not bad pictures by any means, but I think they are too dark and they don't portray the cosplay as well as they should, because all the detail in this cosplay is incredible, and I think this cosplay also deserves a better photo shoot at some point, and I will be wearing it again finishing, not finishing because it's fully finished. There's very few things that I would need to change to it, but I would need to improve the attachment so it's more comfortable to wear it without things falling off. But it is actually very comfortable to wear because it's basically like wearing gym clothes, and it's just awesome, okay? It's just awesome. I'm just gonna put it up there because, you know, she's my favorite character. She needs to be up there, full stop. I don't care what you think. She needs to be up there. And if you know, and if you follow me again, you will know that one of my cats is called Kitana and the other one is called Melina. So yeah, I very much like it. So it goes up in my incredible cosplay tier list. Next stop is my Marin Kitagawa cosplay swimsuit version. And this cosplay was a bit controversial. Let me explain. You have not seen probably anything about this cosplay, and this is because it never made it to YouTube. It's not a cosplay that I made from scratch, but it's a cosplay that I bought because it was honestly cheaper to buy the cosplay than actually make it. Don't get me wrong, I totally understand that my social media is more about making cosplays and about the progress of making stuff, so I don't usually share a lot of sexy content, but at the same time, I'm not wearing this cosplay in a, I don't know, lewd way or anything like that. It's just a cosplay to show my love for a character and for a show, and it really made me feel bad with myself because people started unfollowing me because I was just showing skin, and it's like, I don't know, it just felt bad. It's almost like people were telling me, we don't like that. We don't want you to wear a swimsuit ever. We don't want to see you. It kind of felt personal in a way. I truly appreciate people that follow me for my content and my educational content and my, you know, how to make stuff, but at the same time, I should be able to just post a picture of myself wearing a swimsuit without people being horrified or scandalized or something like that. So this is a very bittersweet cosplay for me because it made me feel so bad. I didn't even post photos. I only posted like one photo and I never shared the footage nor the videos that I took. I just hid it. And I don't think I should have done it. And maybe next year at some point, I'll just like bring her back or just make a video about this cosplay in particular or about sexy cosplays. I think you should be able to wear whatever you want without being judged. And yeah, you know, let's make a video next year about that because there's gonna be more content about all kinds of cosplay content next year. I'm looking forward to that. Because I didn't really make this cosplay, I'm just going to put it on maybe does the job tier, but only because I didn't make it and because, you know, I had these issues. I like it, I think it's great, and it's coming back. Next stop is everybody's cosplay this year, the lovely Barbie. And Barbie was kind of like an attempt to put something out that people would like. But the truth is that I never wanted to make Barbie. I've only owned a Barbie my whole life, and it was like Dr. Barbie. I decided that, okay, I actually like the film, I'm gonna do the character, but I don't know, I kind of like feel like I made Barbie for peer pressure because everybody was doing Barbie. Everybody like just jump in the trend of Barbie, just make a Barbie cosplay. And I did it well. I pulled it off. I think the dress was perfect. I think it looks amazing. I think I look really good. So many people liked my Barbie. I even had someone telling me, or my sister even telling me how good I looked as a blondie with blue eyes and pink dresses. That's the opposite of me. That made me feel so uncomfortable and so insecure with myself, that precisely what the Barbie film was trying to do, which was to make you feel comfortable with yourself no matter what, it made the opposite. Because I was being praised for being something I wasn't. I don't like being blondie, I don't like pink, I don't like Barbie. That's it. And that's the reason why this cosplay is going to go straight to garbage. Like, I will never ever make something like this again. Like, honestly, I hated it. It was fun to wear it because it was the opposite of me, but when I got praised for it, it made me feel so uncomfortable. I just don't want to wear this cosplay again. If a cosplay doesn't make you happy, what's the point of it? After the Barbie incident, I was still not feeling great. Like, just keep in mind, this period was like several months in which I was like feeling down. I kind of had lost my love for cosplay a little bit because, you know, business weren't going well after the cosplay planner and everything. And one of the reasons why I wasn't making any difficult cosplays for a couple of months, because I had done Barbie, I had done the swimsuit, which was a bot cosplay, I had done Asuka, which was an easy cosplay as well, and the only difficult cosplay I had done in those few months was Kitana, that I rushed in 2 weeks because I couldn't afford the time. The reason was because at this time I was making my cosplay planner, because, as I said, they had taken it down. I couldn't risk putting it back as it was, so I decided to make a new one from scratch. That should be, this is so incredible, I can't believe I made it. But yeah, because it's not cosplay, it's not here. But yeah, one of the things that I made this year was my cosplay planner, and that went out in September, and I was very proud because this time my cosplay planner is interactive, and you can even click you can click the titles and you can go back to the index, and from the index you can go to the titles. So it is great, it's easier than ever, and I put a lot of effort. There's 3 months or 4 months of work plus 5 years, or no, it's more like 7 years when I did my first ever cosplay planner. This is version 5.0 or something like that of my cosplay planner, and it's the best I've ever made. And that was taking me a long time to make, and September was supposed to be a month without new cosplays because I was making the planners. But what happened was that I got struck again, my cosplay planner was taken down again. Don't worry, it was only taken down for a few days, but I really thought that, you know, I had spent 3 months of my life working on something that I couldn't even publish because, you know, they had decided it wasn't good enough to be in there. So I totally crashed in September. I totally crashed. I've been going down and down and down, and I totally crashed emotionally. And I decided to make a cosplay that, again, you probably have not seen because I have only shown it on my Patreon and maybe 1 or 2 pictures on my social media, and that's about it. And this is my Karu Kendo cosplay. This cosplay is basically me just trying to get away from everything, and I just decided to make it. Didn't record the process, I just made the pattern for myself and just made it and finished it and wore it like that. It's not a great cosplay, it didn't intend to be a great cosplay. It's just for fun. It was just a cosplay that I made for fun. If you follow me, you may know that I'm a martial artist. I do ninjutsu, and we do a little bit of kendo as well. Not a lot. I'm not a professional. I'm very bad at kendo. But you know, Kaoru is this person in the anime that just like keeps going on no matter what. She just accepts things as they come, and I just wanted to be her for a little bit, and I decided to make this version, put it together very quickly, take some pictures, and just have fun, because I was feeling down and I didn't feel like being in front of a camera, so I just decided to just make this cosplay for fun. And it's not the best cosplay I've ever made, and it's not perfect. She's barely recognizable as Kaoru because it's like her alternative outfit, and you know, it was just a cosplay to make me feel good, and it did. So it totally did the job, and it's great for it. And yeah, I'm just gonna put it on an E for effort because, as I said, it's barely recognizable as the character. I did have fun wearing it and just like, you know, chilling and just making something just for me without being in front of a camera. But it's not a great cosplay. It's just a cosplay for fun. So I'm just gonna put it on E for effort. My next cosplay was for Halloween, and as I was saying, I wasn't feeling so good, but I had made Kaoru, and it was like, hey, you've been making cosplays that you haven't been feeling good about, or you didn't really want to make, like the Barbie, the Asuka, even the Marin Kitagawa one. Like, they were all busts for me. Even Kitana, because it hadn't been as well received as I expected. Like, I was feeling a bit down because my costumes were not reaching people, and it felt a bit sad about it. I felt a bit sad about it. So I decided, you know what? The reason why you're not feeling these cosplays is not because you're not reaching people, it's because you're not feeling the cosplays. So what about making something you've wanted to do for quite a while, and it doesn't matter if it's fashionable or if it's something that people want to see right now or not. And that's how I just came to the conclusion that I was gonna start doing cosplays that I wanted to make, not because they were popular or because people wanted to see them or anything like that, but just because I wanted to have fun. I made Navies because I really liked her, and not because I thought it was gonna be popular nor anything like that. And for the first time in a long time, I decided to spend as much time and as much effort on my background and my photos as I was with the cosplay, and it felt great because I really like photography. It's just like very difficult and very time consuming when you have to spend weeks and weeks making a costume, making the patterns, doing all the things, and then you also have to do your own backgrounds, do your own photos, edit your own photos. It takes a long time, and usually by the time I have finished with the cosplay, if I also have to set up the studio, take the photos, set up the lights, it takes a long time and I'm usually very tired. But for this cosplay, because I really wanted to make it good, I took the effort, and the results were that I absolutely loved it. Maybe this goes to absolutely awesome. I could have put more effort into her, but it didn't need more effort because, you know, it was great wearing it, and I think the pictures look great, the costume looks great, and there's nothing more I can ask for this cosplay to be successful. So yeah, and with this we get to the two last cosplays of the year that if you are on YouTube you haven't seen yet, but if you follow me on social media you have, and if you are on Patreon you have all seen all the pictures already. So yeah, basically the last 3 months I've spent literally non-stop working on these 2 cosplays for the same character. This cosplay is no other than Tifa from Final Fantasy, their remake version. And in case you don't know, Tifa is another character which is very, very special to me because she was the first character I ever cosplayed. So being able to, almost 15 years later, make her and wear her again was special. I've taken so much care into making this cosplay. It has so many details. It's so amazing. I just can't even start explaining to you how magical it was to make her finally. She's the reason why you haven't had many videos for the last few months, but that's going to change because I have a lot of content and a lot of things to edit for next year. And I'm just looking forward to show you the whole process of this cosplay because honestly it was a lot and it was really amazing. And finally, the last cosplay I made this year, it was Tifa, but it was one of the alternative costumes she wears when you have to choose the 3 dresses. Cloud has to choose dresses, and it was actually another kimono. And I am so happy with how this kimono turned out. It was a challenge because I had a limited amount of fabric, and when you see the process, because I also recorded the process for this one and you will be seeing it next year, I had so much troubles with so many things. It was a lot of fun to make. She's between absolutely awesome and barely any mistakes, but because of the modifications I had to do and how I had to wear it, I'm just gonna put it in barely any mistakes. Because she is good, but she could be a little bit better if I were to change a few things that I may or may not do because I don't know if I can be bothered, to be honest. But I was very happy and it was a great cosplay to finish the year. So I am very happy I made it, and possibly you will be seeing more Tifa in the future because I do want to wear these cosplays again. This year I made a total of 12 new handmade cosplays plus 1 store-bought cosplay, and I also made patterns for all of them. So if you want to get any of these patterns, they are available. The only ones missing are the ones for Tifa that will be released hopefully next month. Of course, this year I've been releasing a lot of videos as well. I've posted a lot of things on my Patreon and you can see all the photo shoots there. I've taken all the pictures ever and my social media as well. Overall, thank you very much for following this journey if you follow me all through the year, and I am so looking forward to start the next year. You already know a couple of the things that you will be seeing in the next season of my YouTube channel because yes, I am going to carry on working on cosplays and just making sure I document everything and I show you all in my videos. So make sure to let me know if there's any characters you would like to see me doing next year. Just comment and just let me know. And also maybe let me know which one was your absolute favorite and which one was the one that you think didn't suit me at all. Thank you very much for watching. Have a very lovely new year. I will be here and I am just looking forward to see you in the next adventure. Bye! Bye. Ooh, breakfast. Thank you. Can I have both of them?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Breakfast break.